A1, dictionaries, number of occurrences. Now it says we're going to give some text with a bunch of words, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And basically we are going to output, every time we enter something, we're going to output the number of times the word has occurred before it. So 1, there hasn't been a 1, so the number of occurrence before is 0. 2, never occurred before, the number of occurrences is 0. 1 has occurred once before. So basically for every word, we're going to have to count the number of occurrences and store it. And a good candidate to do that is a dictionary. So let's start with reading in our string. And it makes sense to turn it into, to split it into an array, or sorry, a list. And what this does is, so if I enter in 1, 2, etc. If I print s now, it's 1, 2. It turns my input into an array. Okay, so what we need to do next is we need to run over for word in s. So we're going to go over every value of s of the list and store it as word. And our next step is to, we should probably create a dictionary. D equals, it's empty to start. And as we go over each word, well, if d.get word, now what's the value of word if it's not there? If it's none, well, if we look in D, if we look for word in D and we don't find anything, well, we're going to have to add it. D dot word equal, sorry, we're going to set it equal to 1. So when we enter in 1, now it occurred before it. But if that's the case, what do we want to do? We want to print, unless we want to find a way to store all these values, 0, 0, 1, we're just going to write out that there was a 0 occurrence, right? Because if there's no 1, I want a 0. And if there's 2 hasn't occurred yet, there's 0. And as I come up with them, end, if you remember, end, just the default of print statement, the end is a space. I mean, is a new line, but we're going to make it a space. All right. Now, otherwise, if we find the word, then the word is there and there's a record of how many times it's occurred. So we are going to print d.word, and the end is going to be space again. And then we want to increase it. So if we're going to increase it, so we're going to say d, whatever we store it for our index for our word, whatever it was, we're going to increase it by 1. Now, the reason why we printed it first is because if it occurred, then the value is 1. So we don't want to add another 1 before we print it up the previous value of how many times it has occurred. And then that's basically it. We print as we go along. And let's try an example. So 1, 2, 1. It should say 0, 0, 1. And that's exactly what happens. Let's do our actual example. So we say 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 3. And we end up getting exactly 0011, 0011, 0201, 0201. If we try and submit, oh, what's wrong? Oh, end of file error. That's probably a problem with REPL. Now submit. And that's how you do A1.